Church Radio and Death Church Radio podcast, and also from the Sean C. Stuckey Show on Facebook. And we are in the middle of cooking, me and Rae Rae. She hasn't been on the show in about a month or so, but she has come back to do the Q&A, but we're actually going to do it in a different form this week. Did you pour too much stuff in there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. So, it's actually going to be in the form of a podcast, but we're going to be doing the September Q&A questions. So we're going to start the show off like this with a couple questions, do about 15 minutes, and then it's going to go into 45 minutes of the show that I actually recorded last week that we haven't uploaded yet. So, okay. And if you've never listened to this before, because the last time I checked, I got like something like 200 likes or something like that on just on the Facebook channel. So I don't know how many people are watching. It's I think between 20 to 30,000 clicks or something like that. But so, it's your first time to the channel. For our Q&A, we're going to go over a couple questions and give a Christian response for this month. So, okay, Rae, I'm going to give you the first question.
Hey guys, what's up?
We're actually just cooking a soy sauce right now, but we're going to go over the questions too. So, first one for Rae here. And guys, also, if you don't know this one, I forgot to also say, I actually get these questions from 5 different websites. So, with all these different people looking for advice, but also keep in mind this is just advice. Like, I'm not an actual psychiatrist. We're not a psychologist, even though Rae actually does. She actually worked with the youth in Phoenix.
Yeah, I worked in mental health, behavioral health, and rehab health for about 6 years. So I worked close with psychiatrists, psychologists, and therapists as they worked with kids that had mental issues or drug issues or just kind of any addictive behaviors kind of thing. So, yeah.
Rae, which one of those people was the one that drove the Mercedes to work?
Actually, none. There was one woman who drove. The most frivolous person was actually the chaplain.
Oh.
And she had a large Mercedes-Benz.
Chaplain for the church or like a hospital or?
No, the chaplain for the facility. But she also did ministry. She was like a chaplain for a prison. But I think her husband was like old Texas money, so she wasn't that was just her lifestyle, I guess.
Okay. Well, cool. Okay, so yeah, she would be the perfect person for these questions then. So the first one we got up here for Rae Rae is number 1. My girlfriend hates my cat, but I love my cat and do not want to give him up for adoption. Wow. How do we solve this problem?
That is so familiar to us, actually. So Sean has a cat, and I do not like cats, mostly because I'm really, really allergic to it. And so whenever I come over to his house, like, I have to take allergy meds, and I have to make sure that I wash my face, and I always get kind of like allergies in my throat and itchy. So I'm not opposed to the cat. It's just, I just don't like dealing with animals. I don't like that their dander and their hair gets everywhere. It kind of grosses me out. Especially like if it's in like my food and like eating space or sleeping space. Like, it just kind of grosses me out because they're dirty. But
well, I wouldn't say my cat is particularly dirty. He's very clean because I never let him outside, or I do, but it's very limited. Yeah, but I do understand that. It's more of a thing where, because I actually talked to a woman at Petco a couple months ago when I originally asked for the shampoo that gets rid of the allergies or helps with the allergies, and she said to go to a different place because Petco didn't sell it, but she buys them religiously because she said her boyfriend was like deathly allergic to cats.
Yeah.
But she said it worked.
Yeah.
And you have to bathe the cat like once a week. Like,
yeah.
It has to be a regular basis. But I can understand, like, here's how I would do it. If your wife or your husband doesn't like the cat, What you can do is you can just set boundaries when you're at the person's house. The cat stays in the room when you guys eat dinner. The cat stays out of the room if you sleep, like, or when you sleep. So to put boundaries up so both people are happy.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's been helpful for us, like as we've experienced it. But I still kind of feel like, I don't know, like definitely like I wouldn't want it in my own living space. I just feel like their hair gets everywhere. I don't know. I didn't grow up with pets though. I had a dog and it was like an outdoor dog when I grew up. And so like we always thought that like having animals inside the house was like weird. But I know a lot of people do it. I just didn't grow up that way, so I'm not used to it, and I don't know that I want that in my home. So.
Well, I grew up with a lot of cats. Not a lot of pets, but a lot of cats. When I was a kid. At one point, we had like 7 cats in a small apartment, but they were mostly kittens, and we gave them away. You know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the people that did the right decision.
I would say that that's not the most important thing of your relationship. So, like the advice I would give, I don't know if there's like a biblical advice that I can give. Like I don't know that there's a scripture that talks about pets and having like this kind of situation. But I would say, as someone who is a Christian woman, like my biggest thing that I'm looking for that's not like my top priority. My top priority is that I find somebody compatible that loves the Lord more than they would love anything else. And so at the end of the day, like I think you can work through a lot of different things in your relationship. The biggest thing is, does this person love Jesus? Does this person love me? And yeah, so that's a priority in a relationship.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Do you want to switch chairs?
No.
Oh, okay. Seems like you're just kind of uncomfortable.
No, I like it.
Well, then it will go good into this next question this person wrote. So this person wrote Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, man should not be alone. By the writings of Moses about God's will for man, does this mean that it is not okay for me to be single but have a wife instead? So, you want your purse? So now we're talking about God, even though it doesn't really say anything about animals. But what do you think about that? Because I have a couple opinions on that subject.
I do too. I mean, I think that that's part of the creation. I think part of God's system is that families would be made and people would populate the earth at the beginning, and that they would love each other like a family. And that you kind of see that throughout scriptures, like even in the tribes, like when the Jews of Israel had tribes, like the whole intention is, I think, that we would love each other unconditionally. Mm-hmm. And so I think that that's part of, like, the man had the woman, and then they have the family to populate. And the family is a really important thing, I think, to the Lord. But I also think that being single, Paul talks about it. I don't know if that's what you're going to talk about being single, that if you are single, you can be single. It's good because it allows you to do the Lord's work. Mm-hmm. Is that what you were going to mention?
Well, a Bible verse popped in my head, and I found it. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 9. New International Version says, "But if they cannot control themselves, they should marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion." So,
right. Yeah, but read before that, because before that, Paul talks about how, in that same chapter, he talks about how, like, if you can be single, like as I am, and then if you can't control your passions and your lusts, then you go ahead and get married.
Okay, it says in verse 8, so the verse before that, "Now to the unmarried and the widows I say, it is good for them to stay unmarried as I do." So, as to how I see this, being a pastor myself, God made certain people that flow, and I'm not talking about an abuse kind of thing that stemmed from childhood, that's why they're so over-sexual. I'm just talking about someone that God made that is just a very sexual person.
Yeah.
So, that's where verse 9 comes in.
Yeah.
You can't control yourself. So,
Yeah.
but reverse, when it says verse 9 there, it also says in another, I don't know where, it's in the New Testament, to not marry an unbeliever. It's suggested that you shouldn't do that. You can do that, but you probably shouldn't if you're saved. So, I mean, that should say there, but if they cannot control themselves, then should marry someone who's saved. So, I mean, you can marry someone who's not saved, but there's a possibility that because there's a threshold there, and then they're gonna fight each other, and then someone's gonna succumb to something.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. So, I mean, I would say if you can control yourself, stay single.
Yeah, I mean, I was single for a very long time.
10 years?
Yeah, I mean, and it was awesome because I could freely do ministry, and I could freely, like, I worked in ministry for many years, and I didn't have to worry about, like, coming home to somebody and making sure it was okay if I was at this place or traveling for work. And so I was able to do ministry, like, 100% all the time. I don't know if that was healthy outside of being married, but I think that it definitely allowed me to do things more freely than some people I was in ministry with that had families and marriages, and I didn't have to be concerned with another person. So I think that that's a truth, but I also like enjoy dating, and I enjoy like being your girlfriend, and I think that the thing that we should always think that is most important in any relationship, whether single or not, is your relationship with the Lord first. I think that even if you are in a relationship, the most important person in your relationship should be Jesus. Like, I love you, but I love Jesus more than I love you 1,000 times more. And I hope that you would feel that way towards me, is like you love Jesus and before me and at any point in our relationship.
Yeah, I agree. Jesus should. It's like what Jesse Lee Peterson said. I don't know if anybody watched that show. I haven't really. I went over his books once. But he's very controversial. But he has said in multiple interviews, it goes Christ first. So Christ is a head over man in the household. Man is over wife. Wife is over kids. Kids are over pets. So.
Yeah. And even that though, like a lot of people, there's a lot of controversy about that. That's based in scripture also. But men are supposed to love women as Christ loves the church, and he like dies for the church, right? Like he gave it all. And so I think that when we look at a word, I think the word is submit in the scriptures. That can be like a dangerous word in our society. Like in our culture, we think of submit as like degrading or something that's like secondary class, but it doesn't. If you're willing to treat somebody really well, like I would submit to Jesus, right? And if my husband is submitted to Jesus, I think that that's a big topic too. We could probably talk about that like on its own, but I have a lot.
Yeah, we can write a script out for that, but we're actually running out of time. It's already been like almost 14 minutes.
Yeah.
It stops. I have to stop it at 15 or I can't email it.
Okay.
Guys, if you wanted to know how podcasting works with my phone. But, so, in closing, what would you like to say? What would you like to say, Rae?
To be continued. I think that these were just two questions. We kind of were hanging out, and those were just questions that we looked up and wanted to answer. Yeah,
and there's actually another, like, we have like another 19 questions I found on my email, so we're gonna come back to this again.
Yeah.
To go over. We're gonna have to make this the whole hour episode.
This is just a promo for the actual question session.
Right. So
and
this
I think Rob is joining us too, right?
Yes, and medical assistant Neil, that he was on the show last time, where he's in school right now to become a psychiatrist at the U of A. Don't know if he's transferring or not, but yeah, because this is great practice for him. So thank you guys for listening. And here is the podcast, and God bless.
Bye.
Hey, what's going on? This is Pastor Sean, coming to you live from Death Church Radio Podcast, and the Sean C. Stookie Show on Facebook, up to about 65 people listening to on a weekly basis. And guys, I just put out the video that I'm going to be promoting in a couple hours of the prayer video that goes on for about 15 minutes. I tried to make it a prayer video that went to like 5 to 6 hours, but I couldn't figure out how to do it on my computer, so I can only do it through the live option. So what I'm going to do is just play it once a day until October 6th. And it's a prayer for Kim Jong-un over in North Korea. But I don't know if I'm already feeling the effects of the prayer or not, because I prayed it twice already that his heart would be turned from stone to flesh. I had a really, really fun vacation for the most part. It was really fun and really awesome. And I mean, there was a couple of bad things here and there that happened during the vacation where me and my girlfriend were fighting a couple times. But other than that, it was still like, it was still really nice. So, like, I still really had a good time. So for this week's episode of the podcast, which I've noticed I've actually been doing a lot more lately as opposed to doing my normal videos that I've been doing for the last year on this channel, which is the psychology breakdowns with the psychology books and different ideals and things like that, to do breakdowns of things of the philosophy and psychology field, which was based off of Dr. Jordan Peterson. I've just become bored of his style. I've become bored of his type of work. So I've just been going back to the regular podcast episodes that I normally do, that I've normally been doing before doing those videos. So I'm back to doing the Death Church Radio hour-long podcast that I put out for like a weekly basis kind of thing. But anyways, I just want to, I was laying in bed about 5 minutes ago waiting for the coffee to be done, and I'm actually doing my laundry right now, and I'm not doing anything. This is the first day I'm actually just back by myself with just me and the cat. And from vacation, the vacation was like really nice, but I was just laying in bed trying to take a 30-minute nap, and then after that I was going to go get my laundry to go throw it in the dryer because I have absolutely no clothes to wear. I was just getting more and more depressed for some reason. I think I finally just gotten to the point in my relationship with my girlfriend Rae that I just can't be without her anymore. It just feels wrong. It does not feel good. It doesn't feel holy. Just dumping all the rest of the coffee in there. Anyways, so that's just like something's just wrong. That's just how I feel right now. Like something is off, and there we go. Okay, so anyways, something is just wrong and off right now. I mean, I was just trying to watch TV. I've been watching TV for like the past 3 hours, and the funny thing is that when I was on vacation with my girlfriend, we actually hardly watched TV. Like, I mean, we probably watched it for a max of maybe a half hour to hour a day, just depending on what was going on. I mean, we did watch the whole Monday Night Football game last Monday because the last about 8 days I've been on vacation, and technically 9 days altogether, and tomorrow I go back to work, my usual 8:30 to 5 shift. Not really looking forward to doing that, but I am kind of looking forward to it at the same time. It's just kind of mixed reaction, mixed feelings, but I was just thinking to myself while laying in bed, like, why do I feel this depressed right now? I just feel really bummed out, like I need to go speak to a therapist right now because of how low I feel and how quiet things are and how silent things are, and how, I mean, I was going to ask maybe if my brother wanted to hang out, but I hung out with him last night for a couple hours, and I hung out with my family yesterday for a couple hours. I just didn't really feel like seeing anyone right now. I mean, usually on Sundays, what I'll do is what I've been doing for the last 2.5, almost 3 years now, actually, because let's see, it is September 29th today. Tomorrow's the 30th, and then it's going to be October 1st on Tuesday. So in 2 months, or actually now less than 2 months, which is kind of scary, I'm going to be at my job for 2 years straight. And, it's the weird thing about this is that, I mean, I don't know. It's just what I normally do on Sundays is I just do kind of the same things. Well, normally it was Saturdays, but I had to change it to Sundays because it said on something like WikiHow that I read over a year ago that you're not supposed to be like making plans, I guess, for Saturdays, and then you don't do anything Sunday. You're not supposed to do that. So, I mean, I did just drive back from Phoenix yesterday. I think that kind of was a mistake. I was thinking it was a mistake when I was telling my parents, oh, yeah, I'll just come over at 3 o'clock because that's what my mom was asking. And like, oh, what time are you guys going to come over? So I ended up coming over at 2, but I think it probably would have just been a better idea for me just to stay there until now, and I should have just left today instead of coming home yesterday, because I figured out, I just would rather not have the day of rest before I have to go back to work, even though I have to do all my errands today, which is it's pretty annoying. But I mean, I'm not even going to bother going shopping, like food, grocery shopping. I'll just do that tomorrow night after work. I really don't like doing it on Sundays. And I don't really, I mean, I have food to cook, but I don't really know how to cook the food and stuff, and I don't really want to figure it out, just to be honest. I mean, cooking's a thing where I like to do it together with my girlfriend, and I like to cook and clean with her and share meals with her and, just basically do, kind of romantic stuff, I guess. But I don't know, I was just laying in bed after watching TV for like 3 hours, and I was just kind of screwing around. I went to to put my laundry in the washers, and then to go get my magazine that came in the mail, the Acts and Facts magazine that I'm got a monthly subscription to. And then I just came back and I was just trying to watch some stuff on YouTube, things I've already seen like a bunch of times. And then, I don't know, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take a nap because I still have like 40 minutes or 30 minutes until I have to go get my stuff from the washer. So I'm just going to lay down. And I don't know, I just started feeling really sad and just not knowing what to do, but still getting up at like 7. I got up at like 7:10 this morning. So there wasn't really a reason for that. But I was thinking, okay, well, should I go to church? Should I go to my parents' house? Like, what should I do today? And I just, it's just kind of the same old, same old. I don't really feel like doing anything, so I don't. I really only act if I absolutely feel I have to do it, But when I'm with my girlfriend, I feel like I want to do things. I want to go out. I want to go talk to people. I want to see things. Like, I want to have a good time. It's always a battle, like a struggle within, because a lot of the time I want to tell her no, just because of my anxiety disorder, because I do have anxiety disorder, and I was going to say syndrome. It's not a syndrome, but so that, and also of just needing to be a hermit, but then I absolutely hate the fact that I'm a hermit. I hate that about my personality, that I feel I need to be alone all the time in order to be happy, because it literally only took like 4 hours for me to say, you know what, this is not cool. I don't want to do this. I need to leave, So it's just this inner war within myself. And I know I talked about this so many times. It's just a part of my disorder. It's a part of my personality where I have to get these things off my chest. And even though it's the same thing over and over again, at this point, I really don't care, because I mean, I can't control it. So some things I guess I'm just learning lately to, instead of just things being a choice, which they are, like having a choice and having a strong or weak mindset or whatever, like these things are very, very, true. They lay in truth, but, at the same time, maybe they don't. Because if that were true, then you can't force your will to do everything that you want to do. That's only some people have that capacity to do that, like by themselves, where they don't need a girlfriend, they don't need a family, they could just keep going. I'm sure a lot of lawyers, like that work in law firms, are probably like that, and doctors, like I'm sure, but like surgeons, but even pro wrestlers. I mean, I've seen that where they're always traveling, they're always on the road nonstop, which actually reminds me, I told my mom yesterday, go ahead and expect me to keep seeing me every Tuesday night, because Tuesday Night Dynamite now comes on at 8, that AEW thing. So I mean, I'm like sort of excited, but like not at the same time. I don't know. It's just kind of like meh, like it's whatever. But anyways, so that's why I decided to turn this on to do an episode. But I'm probably not going to really release this episode for probably another 3 to 4 weeks because we have other stuff on the docket planned for the Christian channel that I'm doing. So we got more stuff to do. I actually have a list of things for about the next 3 weeks. We actually are booked for the show of ideas that I want to do with myself and other people. So like next week, we're going to try to aim on the weekend at some point for me and my girlfriend to do a Q&A. We're going to go through another 13 questions to do the September Q&A. We just got done with the August one last week and uploaded that with my brother was calling himself the pseudo doctor on the show. Oops. All right, just turn that off. And my girlfriend actually just sent me a text message saying that she right now is going to the gym. So, I mean, maybe that is a good idea for me to go. Well, I now can't go to the gym. I have to wait until my clothes are done. But, and I was also talking to her about CBD yesterday because, you know, I was just like, I just was feeling in a really like grumpy, like bad mood when she wanted to go to the gym she wanted me to go with her to the gym. And she likes to go early in the morning. So she's actually going right now, which is kind of weird, but because she normally goes in the morning. But anyways, so it's just a thing where I just have, I'm either just feeling really dehydrated or it's just my muscles are sore and my back hurts and my neck hurts and like everything just like my body is just filled with cramps and inflammation like everywhere, even though I take turmeric and garlic pills like on a nightly basis, which does help, but like it does help a lot, but it's just not enough. So I'm thinking about paying the $350 to go downtown to go get my marijuana card back so I can get those drops I can put under my tongue when I wake up in the morning so I can go throughout the day without feeling like, you know, I'm 70 years old. So, but anyways, that's why I turned on. You know, I do ramble a lot. You guys should know that by now. I'm not going to explain it anymore. But we've gone through over 100 videos now on my channel, so I'm not explaining nothing. You guys should just know who I am at this point. But anyways, not to be rude, but anyways, yeah, that's just what's been going on. I wanted to turn this on to do my therapy session, to do an hour long of the show today. So I want to do an hour long of the show, but it's not going to come out for about a month. So this episode's going to actually come out sometime around, not Thanksgiving, but Halloween. So it's going to come around sometime out there because we have a couple of other things that we got to do for the show here. So anyways, I was just feeling just bummed out and just depressed and just not feeling good. Just feeling like, oh, I'm wasting my time. Oh, come on, Sean, you need to get up. You need to go do things today. Like, you need to go do your errands. My brother sent me a message about got to go move around my parents' furniture from the backyard to the living room and then vice versa, and then have a big truck come pick it up, I guess. Oh, there's the alarm for the clothes. So my clothes are now done in the washer. So here it is. So sorry about that, guys. I actually have about a minute and a half left until I'm going to turn this off. Okay, so yeah, you know, that's just what's been going on today. When thinking back on it, I've actually had like a really, really fun vacation. There were certain moments where it was getting, like, oh, look, she has fangs. My girlfriend sent me a picture with her with fake fangs in her mouth. Okay. She's really weird. Okay, anyways, and she also sent me a video that she wants me to watch about a sermon from Francis Chan, so I'm going to watch that later, actually, when I go to the gym. I'm actually planning on going to the gym maybe around like 5 or 6. Oh, no, that's not what the plan was. I was going to go the walking trail up the street from here instead of going to the gym. Like, I was going to go do cardio for about an hour. So, okay, I mean, that's going to be the plan. But, yeah, that's why I turned this on. It's just because I was feeling depressed. I randomly have these weird intervals where I just feel like I'm not necessarily paralyzed, but I feel like I need to work out what's in my head. Like I don't know why I feel the way I feel, but I don't want to sit in it because it feels like I'm in a life of agony or something. But this is Pastor Sean. I'm going to be right back after this break. Hey, what's going on? This is Death Church Radio Podcast, and this is Pastor Sean on this Thursday night at 8:37 p.m. What's going on, and how are you doing? Rip that off of, whoops. Let's go ahead and turn that off. I just ripped that off from Bill Burr Show. And so, I'm actually in the car. Oop, almost hit that bush. I am going to In-N-Out Burgers because I feel like going to In-N-Out. And the sky looks really weird tonight. Like, there's like this weird star that's next to the crescent moon, and it's like a weird color off of blue, but the sun's like not completely down yet. And then next to it, it's like kind of oddly painted, like pale red sky with yellow and like pale blue. I'm gonna turn on the air conditioning. It's really nice. But anyways, so Thursday night, you guys, normally I would be going to church right now, but I did not bring my Bible, and I'm going to In-N-Out Burgers instead. Unfortunately, I just don't have an interest, and I actually called my girlfriend to give me a pep talk because I'm really exhausted, and I just didn't want to put up with it, unfortunately. But, so, I could actually just go back to that college group and maybe just hang out with them and teach them, but, maybe I could try that next week, but, yeah, I'm just not feeling it tonight. I basically called her and said, hey, I need to get a pep talk, and she was saying, well, I don't want you to go to the church group with the men. If you're doing it just for me, I want you to do it for you. And I said, well, okay, well, I'm going to be frank with you. I don't want to do it. So I have no interest in going back to this men's group. I've gone for 3 weeks, and I just said, yeah, that's it. That's it for me. No, I'm just not interested. Don't want to do it. But, it's just one of those things. It's just not for a person. It's not for a Christian like me. It's just, they want to do a sermon like how they do on Saturday nights and Sunday mornings, where the sermon consists of whatever the thing is, which it's always a different guy every week, which is fine. I don't mind that. But the sermons are really long. It goes from 30 minutes to an hour. And then we have small groups where we break up and talk. But there's not much talking because the last time I was there about 3 weeks ago, because I got sick 2 weeks ago from the flu. Actually just got my flu shot and a tuberculosis test. Because I work in the OR, I have to get that. So if you work in the OR or the ER, you have to get those shots once a year. But anyways, I hope you guys can still hear this. My stomach is really bothering me too, and the back of my throat tastes funny. I don't know what's going on with me lately. I've just been feeling sick, all the time. For the last month, I've just been feeling sick in these weird ways that I'm not really sick, but, I could tell for about a week I had the flu, I'm pretty sure, but anyways. So, it's just one of those things where, I don't know. It's just a weird thing, I mean, no, it's not weird. It's actually pretty simple and simplistic. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts because I'm so, exhausted. I'm so tired right now. I'm driving to the In-N-Out, and I really don't want to do this, but I don't have any food to cook at home. So, anyways, they just go over their time, and then we hardly have time to talk, and it's just awkward, and the guy doesn't really seem to want me there or anything. Took him 2 weeks just to sort of talk to me. And some nice guys go there, but it's just not for me. I just don't like it. I would prefer to just teach myself and just run the group myself. and I would mostly just make it consist of a small message with a lot of talking. Oh, excuse me. Wow, I got bad heartburn today. Man, I don't know what is going on, but I've had bad heartburn the last couple of days. It's probably because I have such a bad eating habit. I don't know. Like, I've been eating, everyone's always congratulating me at work, at the surgery center when they're all telling me, oh, look, Pastor Sean here, he's got a salad and he's carving out a avocado with one of the plastic spoons to dip in there on the plate and hardly uses any dressing, drinks water with it. Oh, I wish I could be like you, Sean. Oh, that looks so delicious. And then I eat really, really bad stuff for dinner. But anyways, I hate talking about food and I hate talking about sports. And those are things that I have to, those are things that I have to do a lot of at work. And I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by telling people I just don't have an interest in those things. But, dude, I don't care about food. I don't care about sports. I don't know. I'm just a deep subjects kind of guy. But definitely better than just walking around in the heat after I wake up. When I was living at my parents' house for 8 months, and then I would go into their backyard and make a weekly video that always dropped on Wednesday mornings, even though I didn't really know what I was doing with myself. Anyways, I was thinking about becoming a comedian, actually, and just read, but instead of jokes, I would read poems on stage. And if they said, oh, well, Sean, if we need you to do 20, 30 minutes, I could just read 1 or 2 short stories that I've written. So I just feel like I'm at a loss, not a loss for words, but I'm just so tired and my head hurts and just, I just feel gross. But, sorry. Anyways, so, lo and behold, I'm not going to church. I'm not going back to the men's group. I don't care to. So, it's just not for me. It's boring. I find it boring, especially, usually on Thursdays at my job. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the worst days of the week other than Fridays, but Fridays is kind of a mix and match up. But usually Thursdays are pretty brutal to work. I'm just so exhausted when I get off work, I don't want to do anything. So, maybe if they could just have it on a different... Where is that In-N-Out at? Come on, Sean, why are you drawing a blank? Where is the In-N-Out? It's on Broadway. So, okay, I'm going to go... Okay, so I'm at Speedway and... No. Where am I? What is this? Grants and... Who am I? I've been living here for such a long time. Okay, Craycroft. Been living here such a long time, and I still don't understand the streets. I've been living here for almost 10 years now, and I still don't understand where things are at. It's just my mind just rattles off with catalogs of things. When I'm driving around, I just randomly think of random things all the time, and I'm not paying attention, or I'm talking to whoever's in the car. Right now, I'm talking to my phone, but no one's on the phone. I'm just recording myself talk. How many minutes am I into this? 8 minutes, right? So at the 15-minute mark, we'll turn it off. But so actually, I'm thinking either going next week. So I told my girlfriend, hey, when we go to church on Saturday, I'm just going to go up to a different table, or maybe go to the prayer room or something, and say, hey, do you guys have a schedule, a weekly schedule of what Bible studies happen at people's houses or at this church? And just try a new one. I think that's what I would like to do, because, I'm just not interested. I would run this myself, but I don't know who's going to show up, and I'm afraid it's going to be nobody. So, whoa, what's this? What the heck? Guys, I'm trying not to... Oh, is that someone on the ground? What is going on at the 7-Eleven? I just drove past, and there's I don't know if I saw any cop cars. There's definitely an ambulance there. It looked like someone was lying on the ground. And there was 3 EMTs standing outside the 7-Eleven. Anyways, Do you guys just ever listen to the police scanner like thing, that robot thing that you can buy? I mean, I have one on my phone, but one time I was doing that a couple months ago when I woke up really early on a Saturday morning. I think I had some weird dream, and I have weird dreams a lot. I have a lot of nightmares too. It's actually, I read on Psychology Today once that you're not supposed to have nightmares as an adult. It's like a rarity, but I have them pretty frequently, and it actually had to do with childhood trauma and stress or something. I don't know. Anyways, so I woke up and it said that like on the south side, these two cops were walking towards someone's house because the call came from the neighbors saying that they heard gunshots coming from their neighbor's house, but they didn't know if anyone was home or not. And then I just got bored. I turned it off. I don't know if the officers made it through or not. Man, my just esophagus tastes weird. I feel like I'm getting a sore throat, but it's not a sore throat. This guy is walking sideways on the side of the street there. That was a little weird. Tucson's such a weird place. I was just watching Bill Burr does city tours on YouTube. He drives through Phoenix and they cut it off short because he said he ran into things to talk about because the place was just kind of depressing. And I mean, which it is. No, not Phoenix. It's more like much weirder up there. Super liberal up there. Not too much down here in Tucson, which is nice. I like that. Just downtown if you go down to 4th or whatever. And my brother had to go to this LGBTQ anti-bullying workshop, and because he works for a bank, and for some reason they needed to do that, and the woman who was teaching this class for some reason had rainbow hair, and she said, you know, when you guys refer to me, my proper pronoun is them or they, so if you want to raise your hand to ask a question, you have to say, excuse me, they or them. It's like, ma'am, it's one of you on the stage. You guys remember that story from the book of, what is it, Mark? When Jesus, they went to the Sea of Galilee or something. They went somewhere where there was this, they sailed to the other part of the shore, and they met this guy who was slitting his wrists with sharp rocks, and he howled at night, and he lived in a graveyard. And no one wanted this guy in the village because he was mentally insane. It just reminds me of people that would, from that, Legion was in him, like 2,000 demons that Jesus got out, and he put them all in the boars, and then they all jumped off the cliff and drowned. I'm pretty sure, like I'm really, really positive that most people that identify as LGBTQ exclamation mark plus sign minus, I don't know, like all the things of queer and that, they're all possessed or mentally deranged. Like, they're mentally ill homosexuals and straight people, even though it says in the Bible you're not supposed to be about that either, you know. Okay, I think I'm on the right street this time. Here's a mattress firm. I actually put off... Oh, hey, what's this? Uh-oh. Oh, it's a spirit store. Look at that. Look at that. That's where the old Toys R Us used to be. With the Babies R Us, it's now a Spirit. Look at that. It's just inviting Satan into the neighborhood. That's neat. I get. Yeah, I'm being completely sarcastic, guys. Okay, so here's the sauce on the border. Maybe I should take my girlfriend to that. Oh yeah, and then I forgot that that Target went out of business. I forgot about that. It's kind of strange because I went to go get last Wednesday. I went to go walk over. I mean, I took my car, but because I live right next to a Subway. Oh, wait, is this the right street? Oh, shoot. See, Rob can vouch on my brother and basically anyone, and Letty, and anyone who wants to ride with me. I frickin' get lost so easily. Like, I should have been born blonde because I'm such an airhead when it comes to, like, directions. They taught me that when I was in the Weebelo Scouts. And when I was in the Mormon boys camp, they taught me how to use a map. I didn't learn. I was just pretending to learn most of the time. I just wanted to hang out with the boys. We just go and talk about girls. Is this the right street? This is near Laughs, I think. No, this is near Crave. Okay, I'm near Crave, somewhere over here. Motor Vehicle Center, Academy of Driving. Oh, I don't need that. Those student driver cars. I really like it when I drive around those people because you know that they're going to be bad at driving and it's an expectation. But when you see someone who is just driving around wherever, whatever, in whatever car, especially if it's a Ford F-250 that's called the Mega Raptor and it's got like giant rims on it and they're driving around like they just do not have, like they stole the car. It's not, you know this person doesn't have a license, or if they do, it's a forgery. Oh, here's Kontiki. I'm supposed to hang out with what's-his-name tomorrow at this place. Duck Press, what's that? Oh, hey. I might just found my media company right there. Oh, there's a Jack in the Box right here. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Let's go to Jack in the Box. I can go for some tacos. In-N-Out can wait. I'll get that next time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, is this the right turn? Yeah. Uh-oh. Alright, guys, wait a second. Wait just 1 minute. Okay. I'm at the Jack. I actually go to this one when I come back from the Wildcat football games. I want to go to the basketball games, especially the women's one. I heard we're like ranked number 1 in the country. So. Anyways, okay, I'm going to order really quick. Oh, no thanks.
Okay, what can I get you?
Could I get 6 tacos, please?
So 3 orders of tacos?
Yes.
Okay.
And can I get a 3-piece stuffed jalapenos, please?
Absolutely. Anything else for you?
Yes, can I get a medium-sized grape Sprite?
Medium grape, right?
Yep. Panko onion rings. Okay, guys, I'm back and I just got the jalapeno poppers and the tacos. While I was off air right there, there was this homeless guy wearing a blue blazer and like the brown pants, and when he was walking in front of my view in front of the car, it looked like that the city bus almost hit him because he was so close to the edge of the street. Like, I clenched my teeth for a second. I thought that dude was going to get hit. Anyways, and I was just thinking when I was waiting for the food at the drive-thru, why am I so excited? Why do I sound so excited when I see that a Target closed? I don't know. We're just depraved. That's what my brother told me once. We are truly depraved here in Tucktown. Oh, no. You better let me in. You better let me in. Yeah. We truly are depraved. And I was listening to music. Oh, the drive, that crappy radio... Oh, sorry, I used a cuss word. That radio station... Crappy's not a cuss word. The Drive 101.FM. Ugh. And it goes beep, 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 beep. Ugh. I hear that every day at work for like 7 hours. They play the word. It's just classic rock from like the 70s. It is like, guys, we are in the year 2019. Okay, it's October 3rd, guys. Like, come on now. I'm like the worst guy because when it comes to this subject, especially Christian music, it is like the worst. I hate that music. I'm sorry. Like, I really don't like it. I don't detest it, but I really don't. Whoa. Okay. There's a chick behind me that looks like, what's her name? Kristen, the woman who was in Twilight. She's on a motorcycle and she's dressed and looks, even with those square pink sunglasses. Kristen Stewart or something. Huh, she should be wearing a helmet and like a elbow pads and whatnot. Anyways, so yeah, okay, I'm gonna try to get over. Oh, she let me over. Okay. There we go. Oh, no, she went the other way. Oh, it's not a stop sign there, sir. Okay, anyways. It's just something that really bugs me when people here in Tucson, they stop when they want to get on their streets, even though there's not a stop sign. Oh, look, it's a football game in that park right there. Oh, look, no one's in the stands. That's sad. I mean, there's a couple people. What school is this? Like, the thing looks like a barn. Anyways, I don't know what I was saying. I think something about the LGBT community, something like that. I mean, it's just something I was thinking about earlier. And just me and my coworker talking about it because he's a Catholic, I'm a Protestant, and we were discussing like stuff like that, and the whole thing about Trump and something about more Russian collusion or whatever. When that guy from the Legal Eagle channel explained it, like, oh, I mean, can you really get impeached for this? Anyways, let it go, guys. Let it go. They hear one more thing about a liberal or Democrat complaining, especially about that Greta woman, where some guy in the audience had some gripe about what she was saying on climate change, and then her response was, how dare you, this is my future. It's like, dude, like, it's so gross. I'm actually thinking about making a video called Climate Change is a Hoax. So, anyways, I mean, it's funnier earlier. Geez, what's this guy doing? Oh no, it's an old hippie. Look at that. I bet this guy listened. Oh, it says, Behind the Moon, Pink Floyd on his shirt, and it's got that stupid logo of that like silvery triangle with the beam hitting it and the rainbow comes out. Oh, I hate that band. Anyways, a lot of the music that I listen to, if it's from around that genre, is not that kind of stuff. I like to listen to a lot of goth and punk around from that era. So no Led Zeppelin, no Def Leppard, no Pink Floyd, like none of that kind of. No Ozzy Osbourne. I don't like any of that kind of music. To me, that's all classic dad rock, and I ain't into it. So that's all I hear at work. It's so ugh. You know, I got to hear it at work a lot because the main anesthesia tech is 62 years old, and he likes to live his glory days by, listening to The Drive, the new AM radio station here in Tucson, just classic rock music. I said, dude getting bucked with that guy at the bench over there. Oh, looked like there was two homeless guys, and one of them was yelling at the other one at the bus stop. All the things that I notice here when I drive around. I got my grape Sprite too. It does taste a little bit watered down, but that's okay. Oh, I wanted it right, but I have to clean, and I have to put that shampoo on the brush, and I gotta brush my cat because my girlfriend's coming over Saturday morning, so she's allergic to cats. Who would have thunk it? The woman I've been praying for is allergic to the only animal I own. It's a little weird that Jesus aligned that like that. Like, is this supposed to be a dependency thing that I'm supposed to get rid of, or an obedience thing to God? I don't know. It's obviously not working because I didn't go to the men's group. It's not working that well. Well, if it was just more why do I need to hear about, it's, guys, we got to go over the basics of faith and this. It's like, dude, why do I need to sit here and listen to a sermon? Like, why? What isn't that the point of going to Sunday church or like Saturday? I go to Saturday night church. I don't know why Seventh-day Adventist churches are the only ones that have Saturday night services and don't do anything on Sunday. Like, aren't they technically keeping the Sabbath? Anyways, I know because that woman Edith Smith or Edith Butler or whatever that woman is. Edith something is supposed to be the great prophetess of the Christian church when really it's a cult. Anyways, love at first latte, Dunkin' Donuts. Ooh, I got stuff like that at home. It's not Dunkin' Donuts, but it's called Donut Shop, and it's gross. God, my stomach hurts. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna fix that with some jalapenos. That woman even gave me more than I asked for. That was really nice of her. Oh, that's hot. The one was really nice. Woo! I hate the fact that they closed down the, last year, they closed down the, Jack in the Box down the street from my house. Like, why? High-end people don't eat Jack in the Box. Like, give me a break. Judy, Abominable, Ad Astra, Downton Abbey, Rambo 2. Oh, no, that's Rambo First Blood. Oh, it's hot. Those jalapeno poppers don't mess around. You know, I thought about opening up my own red box. I want to see how much it is to open one of those, how much money I would make. Oh, yeah. I also saw the clipping of this video where, because I've been watching a lot of Bob Larson's videos lately, and he performed an exorcism with these other people on this big black woman who said that she was possessed by the spirit of a mermaid. I was like, why can't people at work talk to me about things like that? Why is it always the same thing? I know I've complained about this before, but I'm going to complain again. Just talk about food or their kids. It's always something just mediocre, or, oh, did you see that football game? And this guy, I think his name is Mike, he comes in. He's a really cool guy. He's really nice. I think he's like our new sales rep or something for Stryker or whatever. I don't know. Glora Tech or I don't know. But all he wants to talk about is the Los Angeles Rams. It's like, I don't want to tell him because I don't want to be rude. But dude, can we talk about something else? Like, you want to talk about string theory? You know, I'm just going to straight up ask him that next time I see him. He came up to me and he was like, do you like Bash's Donuts or do you like Krispy Kreme donuts? It's like, guys, I'm a jerk. I'd rather just not be your friend. I'm sorry. It sounds messed up. I'm sorry. Like, that's another reason why I don't really like to go to church that much. But, oh, especially if I'm alone. Oh man. It's really hard for me to do that. But, got the diarrhea of the mouth. I talk a lot too. Anyways, so that's what we have to do. Oh, 11. All right, so we got 3 minutes left. And the half of this show's done. Woo, those jalapeno poppers are pretty good. Popper. Wonder why they call them poppers. Is it because it's popcorn? Oh, we coming up to the windy road here. This is where my girlfriend threw up like a month ago or so. She was reading something when we were on her phone when we were getting wings, and when we were coming back from Wings Over Broadway, I had to pull the car over, but I couldn't do it in time, so she rolled down the window and just started vomiting. I was like, oh, we're supposed to go to a work party. We didn't end up going, but it's okay. We're going to some stupid thing on Saturday, so I still have to tell my brother I got the ticket for him. We're going to go see 009, 007 parody, License to Thrill. And then my best friend was telling me at lunch today when we were sitting outside in the hot sun, even though it's like October. He said, when I was a kid, my parents would take me there every weekend. It's like, why? To the Gaslight Theater? That stuff's lame. I've been there once and I was like, that's enough for me, you know. Who sits there and watches musicals? Like, this is better than a movie. Why? I don't know, man. I don't get it. It's just one of those mysteries of life that God has not revealed to me yet. I mean, does anybody who listens to the show genuinely like to watch or listen to musicals? I mean, even going to orchestras and things like that is just too much for me, you know? It's so campy. It's just so like, ugh. Or I'd go see the Wu-Tang Clan and see Chris Tomlin or... Sorry, I mean, talking my mouth open. Full of food. Ooh, spicy things wake me up too. Anyways, we went to this concert in Casa Grande, and some band called Sonic Flood was there with that one band, Big Donald Weave or something, and we left like halfway through the concert. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to see this. Christians are just really lame people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that. This is a great... That's a Christian-like show. I'm sorry I said that. Ugh. You see the top of the city from here. You see the top of Tucson. All the way on the north side. Alright, I've got 30 seconds left. We're going to cut to a commercial break. I don't have commercials on here. And I hate it when channels have that. Like, I'm trying to watch King of the Sting, and they just start the show with 2 commercials. Like, why does it say in the box on YouTube's videos nowadays, oh, contains paid programming? Like, that's so dumb. How about just have no commercials? How about have none of them? It's not cable. You want to be cable, you go on Pluto. Anyways, I'm out of time. I'm sorry. It sounds messed up. I'm sorry. Like, that's another reason why I don't really like to go to church that much. But, oh, especially if I'm alone. Oh man. It's really hard for me to do that. But, got the diarrhea of the mouth. I talk a lot too. Anyways, so that's what we have to. Oh, 11. All right, so we got 3 minutes left. And the half of this show's done. Woo, those jalapeno poppers are pretty good. Popper. Wonder why they call them poppers. Is it because it's popcorn? Oh, we coming up to the windy road here. This is where my girlfriend threw up like a month ago or so. She was reading something when we were on her phone when we were getting wings, and when we were coming back from Wings Over Broadway, I had to pull the car over, but I couldn't do it in time, so she rolled down the window and just started vomiting. I was like, oh, we're supposed to go to a work party. We didn't end up going, but it's okay. We're going to some stupid thing on Saturday, so I still have to tell my brother I got the ticket for him. We're going to go see 009, 007 parody, License to Thrill. And then my best friend was telling me at lunch today when we were sitting outside in the hot sun, even though it's like October. He said, when I was a kid, my parents would take me there every weekend. It's like, why? To the Gaslight Theater? That stuff's lame. I've been there once and I was like, that's enough for me, you know. Who sits there and watches musicals? Like, this is better than a movie. Why? I don't know, man. I don't get it. It's just one of those mysteries of life that God has not revealed to me yet.
mean, does anybody who listens to the show genuinely like to watch or listen to musicals? I mean, even going to orchestras and things like that is just too much for me, you know? It's so campy. It's just so like, ugh. Or I go to the wu-tang Clan and see Chris Tomlin or... Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth open. Full of food. Ooh, spicy things wake me up too. Anyways, we went to this concert in Casa Grande, and some band called Sonic Flood was there with that one band, Big Donald Weave or something, and we left like halfway through the concert. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to see this. Christians are just really lame people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that. This is a great... That's a Christian, show. I'm sorry I said that. Ugh. You see the top of the city from here. You see the top of Tucson. All the way on the north side. All right, I've got 30 seconds left. We're going to cut to a commercial break. I don't have commercials on here. And I hate it when channels have that. I'm trying to watch King of the Sting, and they just start the show with 2 commercials. Why does it say in the box on YouTube's videos nowadays, contains paid programming? That's so dumb. How about just have no commercials? How about have none of them? It's not cable. You want to be cable, you go on Pluto. Anyways, I'm out of time.